Okay? What you're looking at here, that's a little butterfly. Little butterfly. Alright. As you're looking at a Russian olive tree, a whole little grove of them. Alright. These trees right here are ferocious. Alright. They get big. Real big. And what makes them ferocious, alright, is these big old ass thorns. Alright, there's another one right there. Look at this branch. Alright, now, there were 9 of them right here, 10 of them. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There was about 8 or 9 of them right there, and another one over in the corner. Alright, they needed to be cut down so that Jesse could get his tractor in here and do the well thing. Alright, so Brian being Brian, you know what I'm saying, decided to make something good out of something bad because, you know, trees are important. They're important for the environment, they're important for us. And, you know, they scrub all the bad stuff out of the air, or they try to. Alright, you know, they put oxygen into the air, alright, for us to breathe. Everything else, I'm saying, to grow. You gotta watch out because these things are, you know, I'm wearing tennies out here. Alright, and all in general, you know what I'm saying, they were probably one of the first creatures, right, that started to populate the earth. Right? And a lot of them are good, all of them are good. No matter what it is, wheat bush, tree bush, sticker bush, tree, you know, apple tree, orange tree, guava tree, mango, it don't matter. All trees are good. Alright, and whenever one dies, you know what I'm saying, it's a great sacrifice for all of us. But sometimes, in their death, right, you know what I'm saying, they sacrifice their life for the protection and the betterment of ours. For eons, you know, humans have been building houses out of trees, they've been burning them for, you know, for fuel, cooking, you know, heating, all kinds of crazy stuff. Right? And very rarely, you know what I'm saying, have trees ever been used for, you know, something good. Besides, you know, killing them off and replanting them and, you know, mix breeding them and, you know, putting the wrong trees in the right forests, right, you know, indigenous, you know, invasive, you know, populations and stuff like they do up there in Oregon. I made all those videos. You guys can see them on, you know, the bike adventure, you know, tour playlist. Alright. But Brian, you know me, being Brian, I decided to do something positive with it. Because right here's the garden. Alright. And the last couple of summers, alright, having problems with some of the younger peoples that live over yonder. You know, in the yonder. Coming over here and pinching the, you know, the vegetables and the stuff, right? And in general being a nuisance. Well, since I had to cut down all these trees anyway, and you can see right here in the distance, you know what I'm saying, where a lot of them were, I figured I'd, you know, build a security fence, protect the garden. I call it the Eastern Wall. Right? And I got about, you know, half a cord of wood out of all of the tree trunks and stuff, you know what I'm saying, when I was cutting it all up. And for the most part, I used the top part of the tree, which is about half. You know what I'm saying? See, about half. Just, you know, the trunk was like about another 8 or 9 feet long, maybe. Right? And I laid them in a strategic way. Right? As you see, I'm on the outside of it. And yes, they stick all the way out to here where I'm at, and I'm a good, you know, 10 feet away. Right? Right? And I laid them in a pattern strategically, right, to make them wide and make them all stick straight up. Right? As you can see, here, let's get a ground up shot. Right? You know. And, you know, aside from the odd ones sticking out here and there, right, it's virtually impossible to take any part of this fence apart, right, in any meaningful way, right, in a short amount of time, right, where you could get through. Alright, you got little purple flowers. Yeah, spring's here. Alright, and I didn't stop here on the eastern side either, see? Me being, you know, taking advantage of some of the bigger, older trees that are out here in the back 9. You know, right? See, this is thick, dense scrub forest right here, because we are in the forest. The Tiobe National Forest in this part of Nevada. Wow, watch out, stickers. You see how menacing this is. Yeah, slow. I have to go through here. Right? Because, yeah, they're poking me in my back right now. Taking my hat off. Right? And I'm stooped over halfway. Alright, see? Plug this hole right here using the existing tree. Right? And this desert sage right here. Right? Laid a couple more outside. Plug this hole right here with some real long runners to make you keep your distance. Right? Because there's a little weak spot right here, but I got another tree I found. I'm gonna plug it with it. Right? Use the existing ones here and the big one here. Right? Branch it in right here. All the way around. Look, I bend over some more. Look, and this one, look. Get one of those babies in your eye, you're done. Right? Then, once again, using the tree right here, and these big thick sagebrushes. Look at the thorns on those babies. And this big sagebrush, that borders the west side of the garden area, right? It is virtually impregnable. Right? The only way you can come in, anyway, right, is by going around this way where Jesse left the trench, but you'd be seen from the house. Auntie could look right out the window and see you. She wouldn't even have to get out of her chair. Right? The other way is come around from the other side, but then you have to come in where I started at, way over there at the beginning of the grove, because I interlinked it all. Right? And once again, Auntie would see you without even getting out of her chair. Right? And you better believe that there's shotgun, within her reach. All right, this is Nevada, and this is Puppy. I left a few, sticky bombs here and there, for the nighttime stalkers. Plus, this also, defends against the deer and the antelope that wander through here and the cows. Look, there's cow poop right there, right? Because they live out here. This is their nighttime, camping area, living area out here. See, here's deer poop right here. All right. You understand? The food, we grow the food for us. We don't grow the food for everybody else. All right. Now, you see how I took advantage. Yes, when you're walking through thorn bushes, you need to wear safety glasses, and these are, Z, whatever, qualified nemesis, they come from the mind. All right. Because these thorns will get you, and they're everywhere. They're wild. That's why I came up with this idea, right, to make the eastern wall. Right? Why not use something that I just didn't want to chop the trees down and just burn them all. All right? That kind of, I got my own way of believing and thinking. Right? You know what I'm saying? So I figured if they were going to sacrifice their lives, let's put them for a good use. All right? If you live out in the country, all right, and you have a resource like this, all right, this is one way you could take advantage of it. Another way to take advantage of it is, it takes a little effort, takes a little time, but if you take some of these bigger branches, the thinner, see, look, cow poop. See, cows get this close to the garden, all right? You can take some of the smaller branches, like this one here, all right, and you can trim some of the thorns off, and you can plant them in your garden, and you could use them for tomato vine trellises, for string beans, snow peas, anything. Look, they make perfect trellises to stick in your garden and stick down. Right? Then you can just tie your strings up to this thorn or that thorn over there. Keeps the birds away. And they still come and land and try to eat, and they're going to drop some poop, which is what you really want. You want, some bird poop in your yard, in your garden. All right? But keeps all the bunnies out and the squirrels. Who does? Tell me what creature on the planet doesn't like stickers, right? Likes crawling through them. Thorns, you have no idea some of the size of the thorns I was pulling out the bottom of my boots, and I was cutting all this stuff down, right? Right, with pliers, right? There ain't a creature on the planet that wants to crawl through there to get a grape, right? Or get a strawberry, right? Or maybe bite off of an onion leaf or something, right? And like I said, ties all the way in. See, look, I walked all the way around. I'm gonna come all the way back. All right. Into this open field. Right? You can't come in. I mean, it's right. She can look. There's the house, and Auntie's looking at me right now through the window. I know she is. It's me, Brian. Right? Using the resources around your place, right? Homesteading out in the middle of nowhere, right? To do better things for yourself and to protect, what it is that you're growing from the wilds. Thank you. It's probably gonna rain again today.